So, last full day in Belgrade, Serbia. This is the main square. It's dictated by this big horse here, big horse statue, Knyaz Mihailova. And this is the main meeting point for people. So you can always see people waiting around for other people around here, just because it's really easy to meet people here. Big open space, and everyone knows where it is. So you can see sort of like a big sort of national museum here, the Serbian National Museum, and a lot of cafes and buildings around. So I'm just going to go for a walk around and show you a little bit about the main street. When you come to Belgrade, you might see the outskirts and you might get this sort of idea in your head that it's not the best of places to be or go, and it maybe seems a bit rough with a lot of the communist buildings around, still from earlier days. Doesn't have an underground system either. But when you get into the center of Belgrade, it's actually very, very, very nice. You got a lot of nice buildings, a lot of nice shops. Everyone's sort of taking care of like their fashion, for instance. And yeah, it's a really nice place to be. I'm not actually feeling too hungover from last night. We went to a kafana. If you didn't watch that vlog, I'll put the link below here and you can go and watch it. But it shows you a bit more of like the Serbian lifestyle. And I love the kafana because there is nothing like it that I've ever been to before. You'll never have dinner in a restaurant and be standing up with all your friends, singing and clapping, and you know, be surrounded by musicians. It just kind of never would happen. And to be around such good people is always a blessed and amazing thing. So really, really enjoyed that. But yeah, as I was saying, with the kafana, you get amazing food, amazing drinks, amazing company, and great music. And especially if you know the Serbian music, you really, really enjoy it and you can sing along to it. Music's a big thing over here and everyone's really into it. As a foreigner, you might find it a little bit weird, as I have taken English people to the kafana before, and they may find it a little bit uncomfortable with people sort of singing and playing instruments around you while you're trying to eat your food. But you've just got to be open-minded and enjoy the experience, because it kind of, you know, you just got to all put it together, watch what everyone else is doing and just enjoy it, you know. Don't feel uncomfortable. When you sort of wish for songs, etc., from the, they call it Tsigani, which basically translates to gypsies in English. You give them sort of tips for the songs. So usually we're giving sort of like, you know, a $5 per song, which is sort of like 500 dinars. You can pay less if you want to. You don't have to be paying that much. Some people pay more, some people pay less. I paid a lot less in the past, but as I've got older, I've sort of paid a bit more. I've just exited the main street of Belgrade and I'm heading up to a hotel called Hotel Moskva. Basically translated of Hotel Moscow of Russia. It's one of the most iconic hotels, if not the most iconic hotel in Belgrade, and was built in Yugoslavian times. And it does stand out because it's a nice white and green building inside. I really enjoyed to go there. You can have some really nice cake and coffee. Might show you that later. Also, it's usually quite a posh place, so usually when you're sitting there you can find that someone's playing the piano, playing some like nice relaxing music while you're there drinking your coffee and eating your cake. So here we are, Hotel Moskva. You can see it's very flashy with its green and gold and red carpet leading up to the hotel itself. A lot of people drinking outside. There's a nice fountain over there. I may show you more, but I'm just going to head towards the city now, and we might go for a coffee later on over there. I lived here for 8 months, and I had the best experience of my life. Granted, I pretty much lived in the kafana, drinking Most nights I was 21 years old and you kind of just want to party. Now I kind of wish I spent my time a little bit different, but it was great at the time and I kind of don't regret it because, you know, I enjoyed that period of my life. I don't think my liver really agreed with that kind of time. After I passed my gas engineer course, my dad helped me to sort of say, you know, have a break, here's a bit of money, congratulations for passing your tests and all that kind of thing, kind of go and enjoy for a bit. So I went over to Belgrade, Serbia, and I rented an apartment in a place like near the student hall. And because my cousin was at university here, I mixed around with her friends very quickly and I was invited to a lot of things, and before I know it I had a massive friendship group and I was just enjoying every night and it was amazing. Obviously I was kind of alone, you know, but I had my cousin around, which was great if I ever needed anything. But I quickly became comfortable with the city of Belgrade. With transport I was always jumping on buses, and I don't really think I paid for any buses, to be fair, because you can just jump on a bus here and sort of get off until the control comes on, but that's when everyone kind of jumps off the bus. You can buy like these bus tickets as a young person. Most people were just jumping on for free. So yeah, and there was many times where I maybe jumped on the wrong bus, headed in the wrong place, and then kind of got lost, but I was never feeling in danger, never really too worried. One of the things you might need to just be careful of is taxi drivers, but I guess that's a problem kind of everywhere in the world. You're just going to make sure that you declare how much is the price going to cost when you go to a certain place, because if you don't, they can easily sort of rip you off and it end up being 3 times more than you should be paying. Not only that, I've had experiences where they might not take you straight line to the place. They might just take you through a sort of snaky kind of trip just to make sure that the trip costs as expensive as possible. So just be careful on that one. Anyway, this is the main square. So you've got a lot of shops around you, etc. And most of it's like clothing stores, different random shops as well. And yeah, it's very nice place. You can also find some really good food around here. The place where the kafanas are, Skadalia, the food over there is insane, so good. I definitely would recommend getting sort of a meat platter to share, so you can try all the different types of meat that they cook. And you know, if you're not a meat eater, there is options, but in the country of Serbia and Balkan, they usually eat a lot of meat. It's kind of meat and salad kind of place. Basic kind of food, but very tasty. Also trying things like gyros and the pizzas over here. You'll also notice whatever portion you buy, things are very cheap, but there's a lot of it, a lot. One of the main shopping centres, if you are interested in shopping, is called Uncaged, which is like near Novi Belgrade, which is like over a bridge, and you can find everything you kind of want there. But there is various shopping centres dotted around the place. There's also a zoo that's further up here, and a lovely castle called Kalamegdan, which is also worth a look because it's very, very nice, especially at night. You can see the whole of Belgrade waterfront all lit up. I literally saw it the other day, as they've kind of added to Belgrade now with this waterfront, and I was like, oh, it looks like Serbian Dubai. But there you go. Yeah, definitely worth a check out. Another thing that's quite popular in Belgrade is the beer fest, which happens every year. This year it was on the 18th till the 22nd, and there's a lot of live bands, live Serbian bands, live bands from Balkan, all playing there. It's usually free of charge to go in there, and also they have various massive selection of beer. I remember coming when I was sort of 21, had a few friends over from England, and we made it a challenge to drink as many beers as we could. Well, every kind of beer at the beer fest, and I think we had 12 beers a night, which I don't know how I coped with that now, but yeah, kept that up for a whole week to try every beer. But now I don't even drink beer because it doesn't agree with me. That's probably why. But yeah, there was good times. Also really good bands over there. Not many obviously English bands or American bands, but there is some Serbian bands that do sing in American or English. So it's always interesting to go and see the culture, and always great because it's, you know, free and everyone's having fun. So definitely recommend that festival if you're in Belgrade in August. Regarding our apartments and staying here, you can get apartments for pretty much on Airbnb for like 20 euros a night, which is really, really good. And they're usually all right as well. They're pretty good. You can get a lot for your money here. So it's good if you have a sort of trip over here to sort of get on Airbnb, get something cheap, and be near the center. You've obviously got the two halves of Belgrade. So you've got the Stari Grad, which is the old town, which is over here. And then you've got Novi Belgrade, which is the newer part of Belgrade. But I'd suggest staying more in the older side of Belgrade, as there's more going on than the newer side. Now this is the main crossing over towards the castle now. Good thing on these pedestrian crossings is they've got a timer on them, so you can know how long you're going to wait until it's a green man. For instance, that says 57 seconds now, which seems forever. You know, like on a microwave when you're waiting a minute and it just takes the longest period ever. Whoa, Lambo. So here we are on the way to the castle. There's various things being sold. There's some babushka cloths, as I like to call them, because every baba or grandma in Serbia likes to put them on TVs or any kind of desk. You got various Serbian things like shy catchers for sale here, rakia, bottles, glasses, holders, wood, Serbian football t-shirts, magnets and stuff. And yeah, this is a nice little park around the castle area where you can have a chill with your friends and a beer. And then you know when you're getting towards the castle, because you've got a nice statue over here. Head over, some bit of live music going on here. Wish I could give them a bit of change, but I haven't got any change on me, unfortunately. Lovely little park area here. You can see a great view of the city over there. Best to come here at night as well. A la France. Some soldiers here. Not too sure what that monument's about. Can't even Google it either. That's the problem. Because Serbia isn't in a European country, I need to buy a separate SIM card, which I should have done, but I didn't. Definitely will do that next time, as trying to find Wi-Fi all the time to message your family, to try and find where everyone is a bit of a pain. If you're going to come here, definitely get a SIM card, because even without using my phone, I was getting charged ridiculous amounts because of notifications, etc. But before I knew it, you know, 30 minutes without even using my phone and I was being charged £30. So it's the same when I was on the Croatian border to Bosnia. I wasn't actually in Bosnia, but my phone told me I was, and then it started charging me stupid amounts. So yeah, you got to be careful where you're going and make sure that you know that you're sticking in EU countries when you're using your phone. So here is the fortress. Very nice and mighty. We've also got a few restaurants up there. So if you fancy a drink up there, you can. And yeah, it's good to just sit down, check out the view of Belgrade, and just relax. So here are the steps going down to the castle now. Got a nice flower bed over here, looking very pretty. And a view of the city from here. That's the main bridge over there, heading over to New Belgrade. A couple of other bridges as well. So here we are on the main drawbridge into the fortress. Up there you see the statue overlooking the city of Belgrade. Over here you see all the buildings. It looks like they're preparing for some sort of music concert up here. I know in a place called Novi Sad, which we travelled to part of the journey, there is a festival that is there called Exit Festival, and it's quite a popular festival that's playing sort of house music and bits of random other sort of bands and artists that are playing there. So it's always worth a check out. I went there once and really enjoyed it, and it's actually set in a castle, so it's quite an interesting place to have a festival. So yeah, I could tell you more about the castle, I just don't have that information on me right now. But yeah, that's it from the castle, and there is a lot more sites in Belgrade, such as Sava Church, which is a very, very big Orthodox church. Still not quite finished yet, but it's amazing inside, and it's just amazing how big it is. Also a lot of other things to see as well, but I just don't have the time to be going everywhere right now, as we only had 3 days in Belgrade, and I've been here, there and everywhere. Got some tunes going. Yeah, I only had a few days in Belgrade, so I had to see family, had to spend time with friends, and just didn't have a chance to see all the sites, but I've seen them all before anyway. Gonna go grab a coffee now as I'm thirsty, and then which I'm going to take you to one of the nice cafeterias that I like to go to. It's actually called Cafeteria. I think it's a bit of a chain here in Belgrade, as there is two that I know. There's probably more, but the cappuccino's there, top notch, and it's quite a cool vibe in there. There's even a barber shop downstairs, so just awesome. You can get a coffee and a fresh fade ready for the night. And then we're going to head for lunch somewhere. We're meeting my friend Damien, and he's going to take us somewhere for lunch. Not too sure where yet, but we'll find out soon. He loves his food, so no doubt a really good place. This is where we're going to go for some lunch and drinks at Manufactura. Really nice place to go to. Sometimes they have live music at night, and it's great because they've got like umbrellas on the top, which looks really cool. So still waiting on Damien. He's late as usual, but you know, I'm used to that. When he says 3, it's normally 5. So we've got a special type of rakia here. This is a walnut one. It's called Orohoacha. Yeah. And basically, is it still plum brandy? Yeah.
No.
With walnut.
Well, the base probably is.
Yeah.
And then they put like while they're still young, walnut with the green. Yeah.
They put like, I think the base is plum rakia, and then they add young walnuts to the blend to make it this dark colour. So here goes nothing. But yeah, that's very pleasant.
And apparently they say it's really healthy because young walnuts have iodine, yeah. So yeah, apparently it's also good for your health. But we always say for rakia that's good for your health.
Yeah, you can put it on your cuts, you can put it on anything.
Yeah.
So this is the outside of the church right now, absolutely ginormous in scale. If you scale me to the front door, I'm tiny. Yeah, absolutely incredible church. So we're currently in the Sava Church, Orthodox Church. This is the second biggest Orthodox Church in the whole world. And it's absolutely breathtaking when you walk in here. The scale and how big it is absolutely amazing. The artwork is incredible. Just don't even know where to look or to take a photo of what. It's incredible. And downstairs there's some crypts down there as well with some buried bones. So really, really interesting. Beautiful, beautiful church. Amazing, isn't it?
I'm just crying.
You're just crying?
It's just insane. Bye.
Bye. One crying girlfriend walking away. What do you think, Mum?
Just
amazing.
amazing.
I mean, even if you're not religious, you've got to appreciate the amount of work, architecture, painting, artwork, just everything. You've got to appreciate it all. It's an amazing thing. So even if you're not religious, I would recommend coming in here just to have a look, and it does give you some great feelings inside. Amazing. It's really amazing.